All right, good afternoon and welcome to the Houston Rock Shop. Today I'm going to be introducing a new product. So let's take a look at some live footage here and I'm going to bring it on over. All right, so I got it live here on the screen. I'm going to do a few introductions. I'm the owner of the Houston Rock Shop and we deal in gems, minerals, crystals, and so on. We deal with all the contentious U.S. And we're centrally located in Texas. We're strictly online. We're not really designed to be a brick and mortar store. There's no money in that, and plus you have to charge people a whole lot of money. As another point of clarity, we are at the top tier, not the low tier. We're not a retailer. We're not a wholesaler, and all of that. And then you go up to distributor. We're mine direct, so you can expect those kind of prices to be a lot better. We don't need to mark things up 300%. That being said, taking a look here and show you a little bit what we got. Just going to bring it back a little bit. Now, I just want to be clear about this in our videos that we do. These are not color edited, so that's the wonderful thing about live video. You can't color edit and trick people and all that. As many of you know, eBay, Etsy, and all the other big websites, including eBay, you've got people that show you these fantastic photos, and you get something in the mail, and it's rarely ever what you think it is or you see. Okay, or they'll contrast the hell or edit out the hell out of those videos, and so you don't really get this amazing product whatsoever. So, that's one of the unique things about live video. It doesn't lie to you. And the only thing we have is LEDs and a light box. That's it. It is what you see. If you've got reasonable LED lights in your house, you should expect to see the same thing. And so you can see here we're doing some close up in the video. Now, I'm going to kind of scooch this out the way for a minute. We're going to take a look at the actual product in its listing format. Now, keep in mind, you can find this description, the product, and everything in the YouTube video. And we're going to continue to make these videos as we roll out around 20 cargo containers and probably 50 to 100 metric tons of rocks, minerals, gems, and so on. I'm sure it'll take us a long time. So, all right, I'm going to move this down here. And as you can see, this is our website, the Houston Rock Shop. I chose simplicity, but I wanted to make sure that everything that we list is really, really nice, good, accurate descriptions, crystal clear photos, and just do a better job. So take a look here and crystal clusters, and here's our listing here. As always, I always leave my first review for my company to talk a little bit about the product, but here it is. And we have a wonderful description. We give discounts in the number of pieces you give. So one of the things I want to tell you about these rocks is, coming from the Houston Rock Shop, quartz clusters, and I'm going to get a good close-up photo here. You see there. Now, it's good clean. It's good and clean. It has very little iron in it, which means sometimes you get the stuff that has a lot of inclusions, and it has a poor color or quality to it or clarity. These pieces are pretty good. Now, the pieces do vary wildly because you have to understand this comes out of a mine. They chip it out of the mine, and it's not really a mine. It's a vein, and those veins are from old volcanic activity, and this stuff builds up. And they chip it out, and then we put it on a boat, and then it travels to the U.S., and then we have it. So we have it by the case or the flat, as many of you know. And as you can see there, it has variations from multiple crystal points of termination. These are natural terminations. Many of pieces are like ice, and other pieces are going to be slightly lower to a milky or white or just clear. Okay, Mother Nature is never a perfect soul. And I can assure you that the people that mine this stuff, if they do find a museum quality piece, AAA, it probably sold for a hell of a lot more than this. So, but you see the actuality of the product. The photos match the live video. That's critical. So many games being played across the internet on all these little, website e-commerce sites like eBay, Etsy, and Amazon, where it's kind of a bait and switch. So what I'd like to do now is talk a little bit about our company and how we do business. Being in this industry long enough, I saw a lot of things that I didn't like. I like a lot of people. I started as a collector. I was a child. Dad used to take me to a friend's house. He had a wonderful collection across the bookshelves, and that stuck with me all my life. I turned a passion into a hobby to a company, and I did business like all of you have, and I learned very quickly that not a great deal of efforts put into a lot of the gems, minerals, and so on that are being sold in the market. And of course, over the past 5 years, I've watched other nations like India, China, and Russia just inundate the market with subpar product. It's important to understand quality. You deal with a company, you expect quality. But we live in an age where everybody wants to buy things as cheaply as they can get it. But the problem there is, so do the people that are trying to sell it to you. And so they sacrifice the quality. And a lot of stuff that I'm seeing on the market, which everybody thinks, oh, that's just great, amazing stuff. No, it's not. It's actually very low grade. We don't deal with anything lower than a B grade, and most of our stuff is A or double A. We don't really carry that much triples because nobody would want to pay for that. Those nice, pretty crystals at the rock shop you go in the mall when you're getting a 900% markup. If you want to pay that, go for it. But there's not that much of a differentiating factor in that. So these are called crystal points, which are terminated naturally. They're called clusters. They're called many different names, to be frank with you. So. Anyways, going back to the company policies, if you shop today, if you buy today, we sell today, and we process in one business day, which means if you buy today, it goes out the door priority mail in most cases tomorrow, unless the whatever you're purchasing is under 13 ounces. And we don't, shipping is always free. Two, we have a phone line, and I know that a lot of people have had, we're in an industry where there are a handful of big suppliers and so on across the nation, and many mid-level. One of the bigger factors I've faced over the years is dealing with a lot of companies that are woefully unprepared. They underpay the employees, and a lot of them have attitudes. You call, nobody ever answers. If you do get it, you email them. It might be a week later. Look, everybody in my company knows I will terminate them the first time they get ugly with a customer or decide to be condescending. I also train my employees to understand products, so I don't have 90 people standing around, and the only thing they understand is how to go to lunch. I actually educate my employees. So, point is, you buy today, we ship tomorrow. It goes out priority in most cases. Everybody's trained very well. So if you call, if we can't take your call, we're on another line. We'll return your call within a few minutes, maybe in an hour or two. Okay, unless it's the weekend. And if you email us, we're not going to sit there and get back to you the next week. So we have dedicated customer service, a reliable year-round supply. Nothing's more annoying than dealing with a company, and every time you got an order, you got to wait for something to come in. Because they don't have the financial means to stock enough stuff. We don't have that problem. So we're consistent in that nature. Okay, many challenges with the pandemic, but we're pretty good. We use real photos, we use real videos, and so that allows you to actually see the product for what it is, not what we would like for you to believe it is, so that you're upset when you open a box and you've received a box of gravel that's worthless. There's a whole lot of that going on, especially coming out of other countries, and it's really depreciating the market. And I think that people are really losing sight of what a good quality product. So, what does all this cost? Well, as I've always said in many of my videos, the cost is negligible. The difference between selling somebody a box of garbage and a box of good clusters is negligible in price dealing with me compared to what you would likely get. So, my